Actually, Lord, this is my third channel, and I already actually started filming this video, but my camera decided to die, so we're just gonna dive back in. Also, I'm actually getting ready right now, and I'm doing my makeup because I did want to shoot some content today, so I am just doing my makeup for that. But if you read the title, you know what this is about. So this is just gonna be like one of those live readings or reads where it's like, okay, 2025 is a life update with me, of course, and more importantly, what I expect. So just to like jog you guys' memory, because I did start filming on my actual camera, but my camera ended up dying, which I'm so upset. So I have to charge the battery and I'll finish those videos tonight. But anyways, so let's get back into this video. So more importantly, it's 2025. And considering 2025, y'all, I'm really excited about 2025. But life update, like I was saying on my video, is that I'm really, really excited for my circle, my friends, people that like I'm around, because they've been doing their big one and I don't expect anything less. Because we've all had the conversation, or we all had the talk where it's like, okay, in 2025, we all got to do our big ones, and just kind of concerning our goals. But I've been seeing a lot of my friends actually hit their goals. So that's like a really, really, really big thing for me, because I want to hit my goals as well too. And I don't want to be around stagnant people or people who are doing things, but then like they're not doing what they're saying they're going to do. They're like giving it the bare minimum, or they're just genuinely not concerned with, their actual life. So a lot of my friends, they've been moving, relocating, getting homes, getting the recognition they deserve on social media, building their brands. Okay. I know one of my friends, she is doing amazing. She has 3 books out right now, and I'm just so proud of her. She just recently got a house as well too, so I'm gonna be over there all the time. And then one of my other friends, she recently relocated as well too, to Florida, and I'm just so excited because one thing about it, that's what she's been wanting to do for so long, and she finally got it done. Another one of my guy friends, he just got his own place as well too. So people are really just doing what they say they're gonna do. My sister, she just graduated her medical school, so now she's like she works for surgery now. And then with me, I finally got to work for psych like I wanted to. And also what recently happened as well too is that with me, life update, y'all. Anyways, with me, I just graduated my semester with a 4.0. I thought I was gonna get like maybe like a 3.3, 2.0, whatever, but I ended up graduating with a 4.0 this semester. So well, not graduating, but actually passing this semester with a 4.0. So that's a really big thing for me, because I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I really thought that I could not do it, or I really thought that I wasn't going to be able to do it, but I did it. Even though I was tired, even though like I would be up at 6 a.m. doing my work at work, just doing things where I know it's like, okay, look, you're not gonna miss this time. And I feel like when it comes to 2025, that's a big thing me and a lot of my friends have been talking about, and a lot of my associates, my subscribers on my other channel, we've really been talking about 2025, because me personally, in 2025, I just really want to change. I want to, first things first, I want to be able to say that I can really beat my makeup down. Like, I see the girls on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and when they do their beat, it looks like, oh my God, bitch, you got a professional to do your beat. And that's my thing for me. That's what I want. I want to have my makeup, or I want to be able to do my makeup in a different way, where it's like, okay, it doesn't give 2016 anymore. It still gives, like, bitch, your shit looks put together. All right. And then another thing as well, too, with 2025 coming up, I want to travel a lot. I want to travel so much, y'all. And I'm at the point where every time I try to travel with somebody, or every time I try to like go on a trip with somebody or anything of that sort, it just never goes well, or they flake on me, or they say that they're going to go and then they don't go, or they never show up. And that's a problem for me, because it's like, what is that about? So I don't know. In 2025, I think I'm going to just start doing solo trips. That's just what I think I'm going to do from now on. I mean, I might still go on family trips, but I think like I might just do solo trips and possibly visit the people that I already know if they're living in other cities, etc. Get them to show me around, etc. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because I just feel like in 2025, with me being 25, there's so many different things that I feel like I've learned over the years, to where now it's like, okay, Now we're coming to 2025. We're in that mid-year. We're in that mid-gap. It's like you're 25, but you're not 20. You're 25, but you're not 30. So now I'm at the point where I'm just like, okay, how can I be resilient, be better, upgrade myself, my life, and what's going on? And with my life update, I've really been trying to prepare myself for 2025, not just regarding travel, but yes, y'all. So I am going to be getting my passport at the end of February. Okay. Also, any passport licenses, all that stuff, I've already scheduled appointments, or more importantly, I've already like gotten everything together. So I'm going to be doing that in 2025. Also, a lot of my friends keep asking me, they want to go out the country, but I'm the only one who doesn't have a passport. So I've just decided that I'm just going to go ahead and get the passport so I don't be the Debbie Downer. Okay. And I can go with everybody because everybody wants me to go. And then I'm like, I don't have a passport. And it's just, I never go. Or I never go. Another thing I will say as well too is that when it comes to 2025, I want to change my aesthetic. Instead of me just dressing how I want to dress and wearing like athleisure all the time, I want to change my aesthetic to where it's specifically focused on my Venus sign. My Venus sign and my sun sign. And I feel like concerning my sun sign is Aquarius, that's like quirky things are really stepping out the box. And then considering my Venus is Capricorn, um, that's like, you know, athleisure, very clean cut, elegant. So like a mix of those. But also, another thing that I've been doing lately is just strictly buying pieces. So when I say buying pieces, I mean like I've only been buying pieces. Like I don't buy full outfits anymore unless they're matching sets, because mixing and matching, now that I'm at the age that I'm at, I feel like that's very important that you need to know how to do. And especially accessorize. That is a really big one. If you cannot accessorize yourself, or more importantly, if you can't get your accessories together, or you don't have any to match, statement pieces, etc., you're just not going to make it. I just realized that you're not going to make it in the adult world. That's something I have realized. So I have been using my Pinterest board to really get that together as well. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like 2025 is mine, but I'm really going to be traveling a lot in 2025. Like I have my birthday trip going on, but aside from that, I know my friend's gonna do a trip for her birthday, and I normally tell her no, I'm not gonna go. But I'm just gonna say fuck it and go. Also, she wants to go to the Bahamas, which I've already been to, but she wants to go. So I told her we can go ahead and do that. Just let me know what's going on. I'm going to try to get together with another one of my friends to see if she wants to go somewhere new. But I know she just recently went to Jamaica, so I don't know if she's going to go anywhere. And then another thing, considering relationships and stuff like that, I'm going to, like, when it comes to relationships and friendships in 2025, I'm trying to be that person who is like no longer the kind friend, no longer the therapy friend, or the like the back burner friend, or the person in a relationship where it's like you always get the short end of the stick, or you're always nice, 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 nice. And then once you're nice, it's like people take your kindness for weakness. And then next thing you know, you're left with nothing or nobody. And it's like, what did I do wrong? Because then it's like when you have boundaries, they think that you're like being funny or whatever. And then they disappear anyways. And I don't want to be prey for narcissists, and I don't want to be prey for like fake friendships and stuff like that. Like I actually want to be your friend, but we have similar things, but not everything is the same. Or you don't want to be me and I don't want to be you. That's a thing. So that's kind of like what I've been concerned about in 2025. I just want to make better and more genuine relationships, friendships, business partnerships, etc., without feeling as if, like they're in competition with me, or they think I'm in competition with them, or it's like I give, and I get nothing back. Or, it's something along the lines of that, where it's like you treat me bad, but then in person you're bigging me up. But then when you get behind my back, you're doing this. Or I can't trust you around my man. I can't trust you around my other friends. I can't trust you online or on a setting, or I can't delegate tasks or ask you for help or vent to you because I feel like you're going into my business. You're going to make me feel bad. You're going to just not have my back. And I'm tired of that. So that is kind of what like I'm concerned about in 2025, because one thing about me, I do have a couple genuine friends around me, but this is like less than I can count on my hand, like 1, 2, 3 possibly. But my thing is this. I just feel like it's so hard to make friends when you're like an adult, because you don't want to be that person who's like thirsty for friends, like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. But then also you don't want to be that person where it's just like you have no friends, and then everybody's out doing this or everybody's going here or whatever it is, and you're doing nothing. Like, for example, the friend miss. I've been seeing that friend miss or that friendsgiving, everybody's with their friends doing this, doing that. I didn't get an invite because I don't have a big friend group anymore. But the thing with me is that I did have a big friend group when I was at my lowest and I was at my worst. So that's kind of difficult for me to grasp, considering when you're at your worst, when you're at your lowest, when you're your most toxic version of yourself, everybody wants to be your friend. Or when you're doing something that is trendy or illegal or whatever it is, or you are in some type of motion, people want to be your friend in. But then when you're just like normal, you're trying to get it together, you just go work at home, whatever, have a little fun, this and that, this and that. It's like weird, okay? But and then another thing, I don't even smoke anymore. That's another thing. I don't know if you guys know. I don't smoke weed anymore. I don't do narcotics or drugs of any kind anymore. And that has really taken a toll on my social life, because it's like, now that I don't smoke or have anything to do with any type of drugs or weed or anything, people aren't my friend anymore. Or I wouldn't say they're not my friend, but it's like we have nothing to connect over, right? We have nothing to talk about. We're not smoking, or that's not really a bonding point. So it's like, what are we talking about here? That's like a big thing that I've been noticing, because it's like, if you don't smoke or you don't drink or whatever's going on, people look at you like, okay, if you don't do any of that, like, what you over here for? So that's been like a really big thing for me, where I'm just trying to figure out, okay, so what's going on. Also in 2025, y'all, I want to go to aerial yoga, okay? So yeah, aerial yoga is a big thing for me in 2025, because when I first seen it, I was like, what is that? But I've been following girls on TikTok and it looks so cool to do. And the thing with aerial yoga, if you guys aren't familiar with it, it's like these swings that fall from the sky, and basically, you just wrap yourself up in them, and it kind of stems towards my inner child work, and I really want to get that down pack as well too in 2025. So like anything that's making anything I didn't have as a child, didn't experience, or more importantly, places I couldn't go, I want to go ahead and do that, which I'm going to be adding Disneyland to the list. Also, not only just air yoga, but I want to join not only like an air yoga class, maybe a cycling class or some type of class of that sort, okay? Another thing that I really plan on doing in 2025 as well too is, I'm going to say this with open arms, I want to join a pottery class, but all the pottery classes around me are like kind of far. But I do want to join a pottery class. Also, y'all keep looking at me like, oh my god, your contour is so high. I know, I just looked at it, but it's going to make sense when I'm done. But yeah, so that's kind of like what I'm experiencing or wanting to experience in 2025. Let me see if I can fix my contour. Like, it's high, but it's not high, but it's high. I don't know how to explain it, y'all. But I put it this high because I wanted it to blend with my actual, what is it called? I wanted it to blend downwards, if that makes sense. Because I didn't want, like, the harsh fine lines. But you see what I'm saying? I wanted that little, like, glow here. I didn't want to do and it be kind of low and muddy. That's why I did it so high. But anyways, that is what I want to do in 2025. But I'm going to do a solo trip. And then one of my friends, she want me to go to Bali with her. But y'all, that Bali trip is like expensive as hell. But the flight is crazy. Like, I think it's like a 16-hour flight, 13-hour flight. But she want me to go real bad. She went last year. So I haven't made up my mind. But I think I'm going to go to Bali in 2025. But also with me in 2025, another thing that I'm just wanting to work on is just like my social anxiety. So me, I don't like doing things by myself. I don't like going places by myself, but I'm just going to start doing that and really just like what can possibly go wrong type shit, and actually meeting up with people. Like, I have people, one of my friends who want to see me, etc, etc, but like, I don't be trying to go to the events. Or like, one of my friends, she be mad at me because I always be ghosting her because she lived kind of far from me, and that be like my excuse to not go nowhere with her. And she be like, girl, I'm tired of you and your shit. So that's like a thing for me. I'm going to start just go ahead and going Matter of fact, I need to text her at this video and ask her, did she want to go out? But yeah, y'all, I don't know. That's just kind of what I'm focused on right now in 2025. Just being a better version of myself, kind of letting myself do what I want to do here, or like living without restrictions, but still getting my goals and my priorities met. Okay. And cultivating more positive relationships and friendships here, or those that are like more in alignment with myself, and me just not being there because they're benefiting, but how am I benefiting? Or, yeah, I'm their friend, but are they my friend? You know what I'm saying? So that's like a really big one. Y'all, my nose hole look big as shit. Like me doing my makeup right now. I'm just looking at it. But that's a big thing for me. Also, I want to reconnect with a lot of my old friends, but I'm at the point where I just don't want to reconnect with anybody anymore. It's like, if you feel like we're not cool or you don't want to be my friend, that's totally cool. I'm just not going to reconnect, and I don't want you to reconnect to me. Like all that reconnecting shit, all that people pleasing, enabling, begging and pleading to be in people's lives and all that stuff, and just trying to force shit. I'm just not doing that in 2025. And that's one thing I learned when I was becoming the ages of 25, or that's one of the things that I did learn, because it's like, you can force, you can beg, you can plead, you can do anything, but as soon as you're not in their face, or as soon as things don't go their way, or as soon as you piss them off one time, it's like you're back to where you started. And it's like, it's no point of, beating a dead horse, like the ancestors say. It's no point of beating a dead horse, because, at the end of the day, or, you trying to lead a horse to water to drink, but it don't want to drink the water. But it'll chit chat with you, it'll be cool with you, it'll date you, whatever, but they're not going to drink the water. So that's totally fine. But anyways, since we're talking about 2025, this is going to be a snake year. And considering me being a dragon at the Chinese zodiac, this will be a good year for me. So if you don't know your Chinese zodiac, you may want to go check it out, do your astrophotography. But one thing I do want to do as well too is get my aura picture taken. Yeah. And I need to take my spiritual business more seriously, guys. If you don't know that I have one, I do have one, but I just haven't been remaking, doing like stuff that I normally do. I haven't been having my pop-up shops and stuff, making testers, expanding and stuff like I really want to. So that's what I'm going to be doing in 2025. Also in 2025, I want to do some more collabs. And I want to start a new brand or a new business as well too, but I want it to be completely faceless. Like you don't know that it's me. You don't know I'm behind the brand, or you don't know that it's me, because I want to prove to myself, like, it's not about me being there or physically in the picture or talking or whatever. I just want to do it, and it's like, bitch, you wouldn't even know it was me. So that just proves that it's not physically seeing me or me being there. It's just blah, it's just for me. All right, so that's kind of like what I'm concerned about, or what I'm focused on. But let's get into the things that I wish that I knew before I was 25. Okay, so one thing about that I wish I knew before the age of 25 is about narcissists. Well, I didn't know about them when I was younger, but in depth, I wish I knew how to. In the past, I wish I knew. Now that I know, I wish I knew how to identify a narcissist, but not just a narcissistic man, a narcissistic woman. That's one thing a lot of people don't talk about. Narcissistic women, narcissistic friends, or like one thing I wish that I could really grasp is like when people are just simply, they don't fuck with you. They don't like you. They're not your friend. It's not, because sometimes you think, oh, maybe they need space, or maybe they this, maybe they that. Like, no, they just genuinely don't fuck with you. So that's something that I wish that I learned, that, some people are just not going to fuck with you. And it has nothing to do with you. It has more to do with them, okay? And it's like, you can show them you're genuine 1,000 times. You can show them you have your best interest 1,000 times. This person is still going to, they're not going to believe you, or they're going to treat you like shit, or they're going to project onto you and make you feel like you're the problem and you're not. And being around people who feel this way about you, it's like they're trying to break your self-esteem and your confidence, because theirs is already low, okay? Another thing that I wish I knew before the age of 25. Another thing that I wish that I knew, child. I wish that I knew that just because you're being genuine and you're a giver, and you think that somebody's going to reciprocate that, whether you're not asking for anything in return or not, that's just not a way to build a foundation. It's just not a way to build a friendship or a relationship or anything. Like, you may do something nice for somebody here, or you may do something out the kindness of your heart, but that doesn't mean that, like, you're building a friendship, you're building a relationship, y'all are on the same page, or they're taking your gesture like how you presented it. All right. Yeah. So that's another thing. Also, another thing that I wish that I learned before 25, it was kind of just like, some people are raised off of survival and some people are raised off of love. And one thing about it, people who are raised off of survival, you cannot change them. They can only change themselves. You cannot help them. They can only help themselves. Because even if you try to lead them in the right direction, you try to help them, you try to finance this, whatever, you try to get this, learn this, hold their hand, go to meetings or groups or AA or whatever you want to call it with them, that doesn't mean they're going to change. That doesn't mean they're going to be a better version of themselves. That doesn't mean that they're going to also accept your gestures of love and support and feel like you're doing them genuinely, unless, because, they're so used to surviving. So it's just like, these are, yeah. Also, another thing that I wish I knew before 2025 or before I was 25 was that one thing about takers, they don't have any boundaries. Like if you put it out there and you think they're not going to take it from you or whatever it is, or they're just going to take it. And one thing about takers I've learned is that you never really know you're dealing with a taker until you pay attention to the pattern. They could be nice, they can say thank you, they can do all this stuff, but then when you pay attention to the pattern, it's like, oh, you're a taker. All you knew is know how to take, or they're never giving, they never have money, or they can never be there for you emotionally, but they want you to be there for them emotionally. That's a big one. Also, when it comes to friendships, another thing that I will say I wish I learned was always listen to your gut feeling. If you feel like that bitch ain't your friend, or pay attention to I can't even talk. Pay attention to how that person is treating, like, or talking about their friend to you. If they're always talking bad about this friend, but they're not always with them, or they're always posting them, or they're always whatever, 9 times out of 10, they're doing the same thing to you behind your back, and whoever they're talking about to you, they talk about they talk about you to that person. So that's why they're trying to make sure that y'all don't mix up or y'all don't be cool. Okay, because if that was the case, y'all would both find out. And neither one of you would want to be involved with that person. All right. Yeah. Also, another thing that I wish I knew in 2025 is sometimes it's okay to just be quiet. It's okay to just be quiet sometimes. And when I say be quiet, I mean like actually be quiet. Like sometimes I know, how sometimes silence is uncomfortable. So instead of being quiet, you start yapping and then you realize you told too much of your business. Or you realize you told your shit to the motherfucking ops. Or you realize you talked too much to them out to the south and now your business is going to be out. That kind of rhymed a little bit. Yeah, I just feel like it's cool to be quiet. And that's one thing I wish I learned before I was 2025. Not before I was 2025, before I was 25. It's cool to be quiet because sometimes people try to make you uncomfortable on purpose so you can open up, so you can talk, so you can tell them your business, or they'll dump on you and thinking that they're going to get your business or your trauma dump or whatever it is, and then they get mad when they don't. But the reason why I wish that I knew this is because a lot of people who are monitoring spirits, they're energy vampires, they're draining, or just not genuine or messy. They are never comfortable with silence. And me being an Aquarius, I love silence. Like I can sit in silence all motherfucking day if I wanted to and just be like, oh yeah, I forgot that we were even quiet, or like silence is also a superpower. I wish I learned that too, because some things are better left unsaid, or sometimes you just don't even need to say anything. Like there's nothing to say, there's nothing to do, it's nothing. And that is a big thing that I wish that I learned, okay, in 2025. Excuse me, before 2025. I don't know why I keep saying it in 2025. Before 2025, because one thing about it, let's talk about it for a second. One thing about it, silence is just, some things are just better left unsaid, or some things you just don't need to say at all, because you run the risk of getting yourself in a situation you can't get out of, or you run the risk of talking too much or telling the enemy too much, or how do you say, talking about something before it's done and then boom, your blessing or something is fucked up. So That's one thing I wish that I learned. Like, sometimes it's okay to be quiet. Sometimes it's okay to be extroverted or mind your business, especially at work. Like, before I was 25, I used to be that person at work that was cool. I would talk, I would give advice, I would say this, that, da, da, da. But then somehow I would always try to figure out, why am I in the drama? Or why am I the drama? Or what's going on? Or this would be socially as well, too. And I realized it's because I keep giving my POV, or what I think, or things like that, and then it keeps falling back on me. So I just realized that sometimes it's just okay to be quiet. You save yourself the trouble, the risk. You save yourself everything when you just shut the fuck up. Yeah. Especially around family that are messy too, because and then that's another thing, because you confide certain stuff in them, or people, family, friends, whatever. Next thing you know, your shit on the 5 o'clock news, and everybody looking like, I didn't say that, I didn't do that, I didn't tell your business. And whole time they did. So there's another thing I really wish that I knew before 25. Yeah. Also, moving forward, another thing I wish I knew for 2025, not before 2025, before I was 25, was about how to increase your income. There is a multitude of ways to increase your income. The thing about increasing your income is that you always have to understand that if you work a 9 to 5 job, you need to understand that, yes, you can pay your bills, but that money still has to fund your dream, your money, or your next level. And the thing I wish that I learned before 2025, I don't know why I keep saying before 2025. Before 25 was the fact that you have to use your 9 to 5 money to fund or bring you more funds. And that's one thing that I wished I learned, because one thing about money, you can only spend it one time. And that's what my grandparents, my dad, everybody always tell me. One thing about money, Ashley, you can only spend it one time. And that's true. But one thing about money is that you can multiply it a multitude of times as well too. And one thing that I really just started doing, the first thing I did, hey love, the first thing I did when it came to making more money was getting a high yield savings account, and getting as many of them as I possibly could in every bank, every institution, online, offline, whatever. That is like the biggest thing for me. All right, when it comes to you increasing your money, increasing your funds, when I was in my early 20s, my 19, whatever, I was just spending money. I was just burning that moolah, like you just say. But now I realize that it's not about buying what's trendy, or buying what you think is popping, or buying what you think you need. I just feel like you have to have a budget. So my thing was, I never had a budget. I never had a high yield savings account. And I actually found this out, and I was just like, oh, so this is what people with money do, or people with finances do. Yeah, a high yield savings account, that really helps increase your money. And that's something that I wish that I did before I was 2020, not before I was 2025, before I was 25, because it helps so much. Because like I said, me having a high yield savings account, I can probably spend $150 on my phone bill and get at least $10 back. And that's just with points, the high yield savings account, savings and rounding up to dollar, all that stuff, and just perks. Okay. Another thing that I wish I knew, all right, before I was 25, is that you need to have a 401k. You need to have a Roth IRA. You need to have somewhere where you're going to have inheritance, or you need to go ahead and start getting insurance policies, not just on yourself, but on your parents, on people who live risky lifestyles, on people who you feel like they could be here today and gone tomorrow, or they take so many risks, you just know, like, one of these days that shit is gonna whoop your ass, and then what you gonna do? Okay, so that is like a big one for me. Okay, y'all, I'm not gonna blend my concealer all the way out. It looks brighter on this side for some reason. I don't know. But that's one thing I wish that I knew, because when it comes down to people who live risky lifestyles with these like friends, family members, relatives, you always want to have an insurance policy on them. And I'm not saying because they're going to die. I'm saying because, these be the motherfuckers who act like they're invincible, and the next thing you know, they're pushing up daisies, and then you're like, wow. And especially if they don't have anything, like, they don't have anything or you don't come from money, that's like a perfect thing for you to do, because it gives you that finance. It gives that, how do you say, foundation, that investment. And for some of you guys here, another thing I wish that I knew is that you can take an insurance policy out on yourself. And when you take the insurance policy out, you can take the money out of there too. It depends on which one you get, but you can take the money out of there too. So if you get a, let's say, 300,000 insurance policy on yourself, you can find places that will let you take the money out and use the money. Like, plenty of celebrities do it. Candy from Real Housewives, she does it. A lot of these celebrities do it. And it's not only insurance for themselves, but at the same time, it's like, let me use this money to build an empire. And that is very important. Another thing is that having multiple passive streams. If you don't have multiple passive streams of income, it's going to be harder for you to stack your bread, or it's going to be harder for you to have a solid foundation, because, sorry, y'all, I'm blending. I'm trying to blend perfectly. Yeah, it's going to be harder for you, because when it comes to having a solid foundation and stuff like that, let me see how that looks. Oh, that looks good. All right. Yeah, that looks really good. Sorry, y'all. It looks good. Like, I'm surprised my makeup looks good like this. But yeah, when it comes to finances, you need to have multiple passive streams of income. And that's my thing, because there are over 30 to 90 different ways you can make passive income. And whether this is like, me personally, I use at least 4 or 5 of these, but you can do whatever you want to do. But you never realize how much of a difference it makes unless you're living paycheck to paycheck, and you look up and it's like, oh, I forgot all about this stream, that stream, this stream, that stream. Especially for people who are like doing entrepreneurships. And it's gonna be like, oh, you sell this, or you make this, or you cook this, or whatever, you're good at. But another thing is, doesn't every single hobby or talent doesn't need to be monetized as well. You have to make sure you are on point with this, because you be fucking your ass up and realizing like, damn, what's going on? But like, you're just not that good at that, or this is just not for you. It's not your forte. Also, another thing that I wish I knew before 25 was that your birth chart, regardless if you're spiritual, whatever your religious background, whatever, that really helps you, navigate your life. Because there could be certain things that you're missing or you didn't pay attention to before. And then it's like, when you look, it's like, wow, I would have never thought about that, or to do that, or that my path would take me here. And you can beat yourself to the punch, especially negatively or positively. That's another thing. But y'all, like, I don't know. I just feel like 2025 is that year where it's like, okay, 2024 was hard for everybody. We get it. But with 2025, it's like, okay, bitch, or sir, ma'am, whatever. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? That's the real thing, because, we took all the excuses in 2024 because it was hard on everybody. But this year, it's like, okay, we gave y'all the benefit of the doubt. What are you doing now? What are you going to do now? I like this blush, but I feel like I have to use more than what I expected. One thing I realized that I be doing, like, I always do my makeup once my wig install be looking crazy as fuck. I don't never do my makeup when my wig be like fresh and pretty and stuff. It always be like my wig be looking crazy. I just thought about that. Like, once I get my wig and I be like, look, it is what it is. Yeah. I add just a little bit more because I want that pink to be like more. Yeah. Let's see. But yeah, y'all. And another thing with money, when you get big lump sums of money, don't just go on a fucking shopping spree. Like, I wish I learned that when I was younger. Like, I used to get so much big lump sums of money from everywhere, whether it was college, it was from my business, it was all this stuff. And I used to just go on fucking shopping sprees. And I never thought about, like, investing it or doing anything with it. Because it's like, oh, I want to go on vacation. Oh, I want to buy this. I want this bag. I want this purse. I want whatever. And then I look back and I'm like, damn, I really could have used that right now. Because I could have doom. I could have blah, 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 blah. And another thing that I wish that I knew before the age of 25. Like, it's okay to go to a community college. It's okay to start with your certifications first, or, do something of that sort. Don't just jump into a 4-year university, because that can be too much for you. That can be too much for certain people, or it could just be too much, period. And I feel like I wish I would have known that or learned that. Yeah. All right, y'all, hold on. Let me try to, yeah, this is cute, but I need to try to put some spray. And let me see. I guess I'm gonna use my all-nighter spray, but I fucking hate using that shit. I know I may feel like I'm doing a lot, but I'm trying to blend everything in because I'm about to start doing my powder. So I want everything to dry down. But anyways, another thing that I wish that I knew before 25 is, in order to be a boss, in order to be on top, in order to be popular, in order to be financially successful, in order to be anything or anybody, embarrassment is the entry. And one thing about me, I hate being embarrassed. I used to hate being embarrassed. I used to hate being like in the spotlight, but it will always follow me, or it will always, I would always be put in a situation where I'm in the spotlight, and I'll be like, damn, what the fuck did I do, and what's going on? But I realized it wasn't just me. It was, of course, my birth chart, but it wasn't just me. It's like sometimes the spotlight follows you so you can get comfortable with it and kind of own it and rock the mic. But for some of you guys here, you got to understand it. Embarrassment is the cost of entry. People will laugh at you. People will ridicule you. People will say you're crazy. People will talk about you. They'll do anything in the book. But once they see that it's starting to work, once they see that it's trendy, once they see that it's popular, once they see that you're getting the results you're looking for, you said that you were going to get, or anything like that, those same individuals, they want to come around and act like, oh, hey, oh, I remember you. Oh, we went to school together. Or remember we used to date, or just like a whole bunch of weird shit like that. And that's one thing I had to realize, like, embarrassment is the entry, especially when you're doing things that are not normal, or most people aren't successful with, or most people don't make money off of. And me personally, if you know me, I have a YouTube channel. And before I actually started my YouTube channel, I had a YouTube channel when I was 16, but it was like, it was always a problem. Like, it was always something going on, and I could not like be popular or successful or whatever. But then it was just like, when I finally got old enough, I remember, I'd never forget this, y'all. I was in a relationship with a narcissist, and he said, what you doing YouTube for? Nobody's going to look at you. Nobody's going to watch you. Nobody cares about what you're posting. You're not going to be popular. And then once I was making a video, and he was just like, you just make anything, or she just talking, and he was like laughing with somebody else in the background. But it was like, look at you now, you ain't got shit, you was a crackhead, you was a cokehead, or you look at your life now versus my life now. And it's like, oh, he's trying to say, I'm so proud of you, I'm so this, I'm so that. But it's like, bitch, you was just the same motherfuckers at part of Peanut Gallery who was talking shit and saying that I was crazy. And now that I do this and I do that, now y'all want readings. Now y'all want to be cool. Now you want to vlog and do all this stuff with me. But it's like, you just was saying that I wasn't shit, or that was crazy. All right. And that's one thing about it. I just realized that about a lot of things in life. Before the age of 25, I never understood that. But embarrassment is the fee of entry. Especially like if you want to be popular, or you want to be seen, or you feel like you have a very important place in the world, or you have a very important purpose in the world, or you feel like it's just something that the Most High God has put on your plate or on your table to say, or to talk to other people, or whatever it is, and you just feel like this is what I'm being used for, this is my purpose, etc., etc., etc. You have to understand that you even see celebrities. A lot of celebrities go through embarrassing times as well too, where like they literally go through embarrassment, where either they are embarrassed online, national TV, or like embarrassing things come up from their past, and it's like, okay, yeah, that's cool, whatever, now what? So that's a big thing that I did learn. Some things are just embarrassing, and you can't be afraid of being seen trying or starting at the bottom, but yet you want the results, but yet you want this to happen, but yet you want what you want. All right. That's a big thing I had to learn. Because y'all, when I tell y'all, I used to literally hate being seen trying or doing something new or doing something where it's like, ooh, this is mad cringy. Like, you know how things are just cringy to you? It's like, oh my God, this is mad cringy. But now I'm just like, okay, I got to start somewhere. I got to do this. I got to do that. And then next thing I know, 2 weeks going by, 3 weeks going by, 4 weeks going by. And then I'm like, oh, wow. Sorry, y'all. I'm doing my eyeliner. Mind you, I haven't done eyeliner in years. Oh! I'm over here doing this damn eyeliner, and honestly, y'all, I ain't done eyeliner in so long. I don't even know what this shit is supposed to look like. Uh, but it looks good though. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, now I just fucked it up. Y'all, I done did my eyeliner and now it's fucked up. Y'all just pissing me off. I'm upset now because I fucked my eyeliner. Oh my God, I'm upset now, y'all, because I fucked my eyeliner up. Oh my God. Alright, but anyways, back to what I was saying. I'll fix it. I'll figure out a way to fix it. And speaking about things I wish I knew before 25, everybody makes mistakes. And 9 times out of 10, nobody's paying attention to the fucking mistakes that you're making. Like when you trip over your Ugg boot or when you trip over your Croc and shit, 1 or 2 people may be paying attention. Nobody else pays attention to that shit. Or like you could be thinking people are paying attention to you, they worry about you, whatever. 9 times out of 10, them motherfuckers don't give a fuck unless they're just hyper focused or they all in your business and shit. That's one thing I wish I knew, because when I was younger, I used to be so concerned about, you know, shit like that. And then I just realized one day, like, girl, fuck them people. That I'm telling y'all, one day I was just like, you know what, fuck them people. And I was cool ever since. So that's like a big one for me as well too, because it's like, excuse me, you could be so worried about like what other people are saying about you, but look at the motherfuckers who's talking. Look at the motherfuckers who's talking. And that's a big one for me, because the same motherfuckers who be talking, they don't be having shit to talk about. And one thing about it, people gonna start rumors, but you ain't popping if you ain't got no rumors. Or if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. And one thing I used to be so concerned about what everybody's talking about, what they saying, whatever. But I just ended up realizing, like, babes, it ain't never that motherfucking deep. It's really not. It's really not. My makeup actually looks good, y'all. I'm surprised. Like, I haven't done wing liner in so long, but it actually looks better than I thought it was. So now I'm going to go with my puff, and we're going to do some powder. More powder. I'm going to do pressed powder first, and I'm going to do setting powder. This is my Lorac Pro palette. Also, y'all, the products that I use the Fenty shade Truffle 04. This is the contour stick. Born This Way concealer by Too Faced in warm beige. NYX Angel Veil. The Born to Glow radiant concealer. This is in the shade Mocha. The MAC Prep and Prime. What else? The e.l.f. Power Grip Setting Spray. And this is the also Too Faced Multi Sculpting Concealer in the shade Taffy. So yeah, now I'm just going in with my Lorac palette. I did use my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, like an OG staple. But now I'm just going to go in with the pressed powder and stuff. But, yeah, yo, I just feel like sometimes you just got to understand, like, it be like that. All right, but, all right, y'all, hold on, because I don't know how I feel about this. And I hate how when I do my eye down like this, my makeup has gotten all the way down there. That's pissing me off. So now I need to go in with a little bit more concealer, it's looking like. But right now, I'm just setting my eye. But it looks like I'm going to have to go in with some more concealer to cover that up. Where's my concealer? But anyways, yeah, so that's really all I could tell y'all. All right, I'm not going to go into depth. Another thing that I realized that I wish I knew before I was age 25. Somebody will always tell you in small ways that they don't fucking like you. That's the thing. People will always tell you in small ways that they don't like you, but they will never come out and tell you, I don't like you. Or I'm not interested in you. Or I don't want to be your friend. That's one thing about life. Like, motherfuckers will never come out and just tell you, yeah, I'm just not fucking with your campaign. But they'll be around, they'll do this, they'll do that, they'll be involved, all this stuff. But they'll never tell you, yeah, I'm not vibing. This is not cool. It's not an enjoyable thing for me. Or you're not an enjoyable person to me. Motherfuckers will never tell you that shit. They'll just sit around you, act like they fuck with you, and then one day, when they show their true colors, they try to act like you tripping. And this is like friends, too. Like, you could think a bitch your friend the whole time. They not your friend. You think a nigga your nigga? They not your nigga. You think your family? Baby, they not your family. You think your coworker cool? Bitch, that motherfucker's not cool. On the dead homies, like... They do not be cool, y'all. One thing about it, another thing that I realized, you can't trust anybody. You can only trust them to be themselves. Let me say that again. You can't trust anybody. You can only trust them to be themselves. And you may say, what do you mean by that? What I mean is, you can't trust anything that anybody says at any given time that's close towards you. You can only trust them to be themselves. You can only trust the pattern that they have or the pattern that is being shown. And I hate to say that because sometimes I'm wrong as well too. And I do things in a pattern that I don't realize I'm doing. People point it out to me and I'm like, oh, but my intentions are this. You understand what I'm saying? So that's another thing. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, y'all, I'm letting this bake for a second. And my phone is about to die, but I just want to let this bake for a second. Y'all, I really hope my makeup eats down because don't me mad as fuck. And right now, this whole eyeliner situation on my bottom lid is really like throwing me for a loop. Like, what is going on here? Okay. This shit is pissing me off. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all because it's like I thought this shit was gonna eat, but then it's because I'm concerned. I'm concerned because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? All right. Anywho, fuck all that shit, y'all. We gonna do what we say we was gonna do. I've done all that. Now I'm gonna go on with my OS powder, which is a lot of it is still out. And then I'm just gonna press it in. I'm actually gonna use these new ones that are hearts. I'm gonna use these to bake. The reason why I like the heart shape is because look how I'm able to just get into my crease where I need. Even by my nose, like that's a big one. They ate when they made these, whoever made them. Look how I could just get to my nose like that. Like that eats down. Putting a little extra right here. Because my smile lines be getting to me. Okay, anyways, now that I'm looking like a fucking ghost. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna put on my highlighter and call it a day, honey. All right, makeup don't look the best, but it don't look the worst either. Okay, so now that I put that on, let me see. I don't know. I feel like I've really put everything on that I want to put on for real. I was just going for a normal beat. I do want to put some more lashes on top of these lashes, but I don't want to do too much. Anywho, where is my... Just putting this lip liner on. This is in the shade Juvia's Place. This is by Juvia Place in the shade Espresso. All right, so now that I got that together, I'm actually going to put a powder on my lips. Yeah. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking for a specific brush. Now I'm putting this on top, but I'm actually going to be using a liquid lip if I can find it. Just hide it out. I thought I pulled it out. Oh, here it is. Okay. I'm going to go in with my Cocoa by Kylie Cosmetics to kind of set my lip in place. Even though this is a little darker than what I was actually... going for. It's a little darker, but that's fine because I need this to actually put my original color on. Because I don't have a color this bright. Okay, so now that I got that together, I'm going to be taking my hair down, but I just want to see. It's like I want to add something different or unique to my makeup, but I don't know what. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I honestly didn't know. Let me add a little bit of this. Yeah. Okay. That's enough. Anyways, y'all, so this is my makeup. Here's my hair that I did. But I'm just doing my makeup right now because, and I got this line on my forehead, so I gotta wait for that to go away. I hate when that happens. Yeah. So anyways, this is my makeup, y'all. I'm about to go do my hair and fix my lace because it's lifting on the side. But I will see y'all later. Bye.